yesterday. I'll show you what I'm made of. Rise to the occasion. Got fears but no face. I'll show you a heart full of fire. Rocking in the fire. I'll show you what I'm made of. What I'm made of. Yeah. I'll show you what I'm made of. I'll show you. Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, relentless, you survive. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near. It's deep in their bones, they'll rot into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die, they become a part of you. Every time you bleed for reaching greatness, legends never die. They're written down in eternity, but you'll never see the price it costs. The scars collected all their lives. When everything's lost, they pick up their hearts and avenge defeat. Before it all starts, they suffer through harm just to touch a dream. Oh, pick yourself up, 'cause legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you
I'm very excited to start this season as my first time, and I think our team actually has a very good chance. At first, I wasn't very sure because there's some teams that are doing it for their second or third time.
This season, we plan to reverse that score and show everyone what we can actually do. Don't worry. Last season, we made it seem like we were weak. Really, we're all diamond at the top, baby.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think we have a much better chance this season. We'll be surprising a lot of people this year. Viewers that might have saw us last year, they might not know that we're totally different this year. Anything less than top 2 is probably a disappointment.
Everyone was kind of disappointed with how poorly we did in playoffs. We got Dilly now, and Dilly's been killing it on ADC. We have the makings of a championship roster. I mean, after winning the 1v1 tournament, my next thing on my list is KDL itself.
Oh my god, he's got the very good cataclysm now that he's a flash. Remember, he's here with the KDL.
Put it straight and say we were not 5th or 6th, last place, dead last. So getting 4th was good. I think this season we can definitely go for the win because we played better in the early the beginning, then in the end, kind of like got in our own heads and did bad.
Darius, he gets the first dunk on. This oriented team will keep him alive a bit longer. The cover sets are pounding deep. He slam dunks on top of the Shen. Now it's just a couple rounds. We'll do it. That's a triple kill for the Darius.
I feel very good. I'm very excited, actually. Teams are really good this season. The last 2 seasons, I feel like we didn't really try that hard, and we still won. I feel like that's why we lost last season. The teams were really good, and we didn't really put much work in. So I really like playing against Rave. I don't know why. I just love shitting on Rave's team.
We all had like really good synergy, but we've been playing a lot with Henry, so I don't think we're gonna have any problems. Honestly, I think we're solid. Yeah, actually, I think we carry Terra.
Full Build is the one team that I genuinely want to succeed other than my own. We've got the good players off the Itsy Bitsy Spider roster. We took Tarum. So now it's just like how do we lose, man? After those scrims, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of feel bad for him. Nice guys, but I kind of feel bad for him. And then Rave's team is full. It's just Poseidon. You've got ABD, bro. Like, lol.
待在家里飞你放你放你看着窗外光景 I don't see your face 我想法赶你你们 running running 看不到我被隐瞒的都被累即便我为了配合你的规则不再把为我印象给的开始当我把大牌开了配给主播上周这样 look at my eyes baby
We will win KDL.
We will win KDL.
We will win KDL.
We will win KDL.
We will win the KDL.
We will win the KDL.
We will win KDL.
We will win KDL.
All right, and there we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the KDL. My name is Crimson, and today I am joined by none only than Poseidon. Poseidon, we heard you in that pre-game lobby there, or not really even the pre-game lobby, but in that montage. What are your thoughts coming into this game so far?
Hey, it's going to be a tough game. I think both of these teams are really good. It'll be interesting to see how both of them do at the beginning of the season. I think both teams made some changes, and we're going to have to see if they paid off.
Right, and
both teams were playoff contenders. Oh, my bad.
No. You were right on the point with that. Both teams have drastically changed shit up, right? We saw a 4th place finish from Bobas, which is now known as World Enders. They're bringing in a new jungler, someone who is new to the KDL atmosphere. They did sub in Season 2, but that was for 1 or 2 off games. Versus, putting in Henry now, arguably the MVP, the strongest player on that Dawn of Day team that got 2nd place on an already championship roster such as PGP, formerly known as the Boys. We kind of heard from Kelly there that she's saying, you know what, we carried Tarum. We replaced Tarum with Henry. How do you think that will, move forward? How do you think that is going to impact this team dynamic, since especially we know from just talking with the teams last season, Tarum was a very, very big part, an integral part at most, in holding everyone together and motivating his team to finish up for the gold there.
Yeah, it's really hard to lose the MVP of the whole KDL, but especially when you're at the top, it's hard to stay on top if you don't make any changes. So, hopefully it lights a fire within them to improve during the whole season, and they continue to play better and better every game as we get into draft here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, just give us a little bit here. We are just creating the prediction sheet here for you guys. As I said last stream, please let me know what you guys do want to have as your rewards. I am willing to do anything that is reasonable, but so far we do have a Xayah early pickup, and then it's immediately responded with the R1 R2 of Zoe Evelyn. How do you feel knowing that this arguable Evelyn main just got his priority pick?
Yeah, if you're an Evelyn main, you definitely want Evelyn right now. She's pretty strong, she's pretty good against all the tanks, can really get into the back line, cause a lot of disruption in the middle of these fights. She's probably one of the better non-tank junglers right now, so it's definitely a good pick. We're seeing the Kha'Zix in response to it. Honestly, a pretty good pick into the Evelynn. Both of them are probably going to be duking it out. It's just going to be really about who is able to jump on who, get the first bit of damage in with both of these assassins. But it doesn't seem like either team is really that interested in tanks, especially since Protect Guardian Sphinx only banned Udyr. Neither team wants to pick another one.
I'm just looking at the predictions right now in chat, and we do have about 58,000 channel points bidded towards PGS taking this, whereas we only have a 2k channel points predictions for World Enders. What are your thoughts on that? And if you were to vote yourself, who would you pick?
I mean, right now, I actually just saw from the chat that Zoe is Senna. Right
okay.
now, I think, I think the Senna pick's pretty strong here. Liking where both these team comps are going. I think the Poppy's pretty good into Gragas. You can't really initiate on that, and it kind of shuts down Kha'Zix. So at this point in the draft, I'd probably be leaning more towards World Enders draft, just because that Poppy pick can really shut down the Kha'Zix Gragas aggression, especially against a Senna.
Fine. I don't need more
Right, and we still do have, that Cho'Gath pick available. We still do have those typical other oh my god, it's escaping my mind for the fasting composition in the bot lane when we are looking towards that bot side synergy with the Senna. Both of those picks are still available here. They did ban out Senna, but that's kind of questionable. I'm not quite sure if the other team realizes that the Zoe is a placeholder.
Yeah, I don't... That's a little weird.
To know.
Oh no, Senna is Kai'Sa? Oh.
Why didn't they just ban out Kai'Sa?
It seems like we're going through a lot of steps.
Right.
There's a lot of steps in this game. Don't worry about it. I don't know why they banned Kai'Sa though, if they've already picked Senna. There's a weird miscommunication there. But in any case, we're seeing a lot of mid lane picks banned out from the side of World Enders. Probably looking to pick their mid laner right here, get them on a comfort pick, and then hopefully being able to, or I guess they'd probably just pick Nautilus and then wait for last pick, see what they end up getting.
So kind of speaking towards that last pick there, typically the way that we have seen this World Enders team play, more so, even extending that further into Season 2, Season 3, Bobaz, they actually did play a lot through their mid laner Dab twice here. So seeing this last pick, this last priority pick, as a mid laner, I'm not really surprised. You have the Orianna ban, you have the Kali ban. I would not be surprised to see a TF here. You still also have that Syndra in case you want to go a control mage, but I think with the excess AP that you already have in the form of the Evelynn and then that passive Nautilus, I think that you definitely could get away with an assassin here if they do choose to play it. You still are going, by the looks of this draft at least, going into a possible Gragas mid here. So I think that if you just control that Gragas mid with a hard TF, yellow card, I don't see there being a lot of mobility around the map, especially towards the side lanes.
Yeah, I mean, I remember last season too, he really liked the Diana pick, and he's hovering it.
Okay, yeah.
Looks like he might actually pick it. He's going for the Syndra. No, there's another pick that he liked last season. Syndra's pretty good, especially against melee matchup. I really do like this World Enders team comp. It's really going to come down to how well this Singed can really get into the back line, because they don't have the best protection for the Senna. They got the Poppy, but Nautilus doesn't really have the same kind of protection that like a Braum or a Tom Kench would be able to do. Maybe devour her out of Singed Flings and stuff like that. But looks like they're trying to pick a little more aggressive bot lane. I think at the start of the game, probably the Xayah rail lane will have more priority in that lane. So we'll have to see if Kha'Zix plays around that side of the map. Maybe they go for an early invade on the Evelynn. Their options are pretty open, especially since their draft is so early game focused on the side of Sphinx.
Yeah, and if anyone is wondering what we are doing right now, we are just doing that redraft. Obviously, that Zoe Pick initially was supposed to be substituted for the Senna due to a lack of champions available on the accounts for World Ender's side, but nonetheless, we are back in the draft here, and this will be our final draft for this game. And remember, it is a best-of-1 series right now as we move towards playoffs, which is, weeks ahead of us, obviously, but teams will definitely need to come in with a bit more than just one game's worth of drafts here. And I think that...
Hold on a second.
Sorry, go ahead. Wait, what? Jax?
What is the Jax pick?
What was that substituted from?
Oh, Singed is Jax.
Oh, okay. Okay.
There's just a lot of picks that are happening in this game. 3 mess-ups, or 3, whatever you want to call it. They pick weird things. But yeah, I mean, the Jax Poppy matchup seems a little harder just because it's, once again, another champion that has to really get around that Poppy W. This Poppy pick just seems to be getting more and more value as the draft continued. It's going to be really hard.
You are stopping that initiation from the Jax, from the Kha'Zix, and then even further beyond that to the Gregacy as well. Like, I really like this Poppy pick right now.
And Rel as well. They're Zyrel bot, so this Poppy can have so much value in these fights. So it's going to be they're going to have to really play around that Poppy W, but on the side of World Enders, he's going to have to really make sure that they're able to use that efficiently, especially to dissuade Rel engages and Kha'Zix follow-up and stuff like that. But I don't know. Right now, it's looking like the side of Sphinx just has a little more early game pressure, a little more oomph behind their comp, a little more wave clear with the Xayah. Like, the Xayah should have priority over Senna, and the Jax should have priority early in that lane against the Poppy. So we're going to have to see how the Evelynn plays around those different lane matchups.
We have 30 seconds here until we go to our 3-minute spectator delay. I just want to get your quick closing thoughts here on what team, based on the draft, you think is going to come out of this match. For me, at least, looking at this draft and mentioning that Poppy, I see World Enders taking it.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you. I think World Enders could definitely take this game. It'll just have to really come down to if the side of Protect Guardian Sphinx can really pressure the early game, get the Xayah ahead, and really be able to carry the game, or get Jax so far ahead that he becomes a real monster in the split push that even Poppy won't be able to answer by herself. So we're going to have to really watch those two things. But besides that, I really like the comp for World Enders.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with you guys in about 3 minutes. Just stick tight. You're watching the KDL PGS versus World Enders coming to you right up after this.
There's no time for redemption. Those flags you wave, will they hold up? Don't cry for your vengeance. It's right there to take. Oh, if you want it, the world is watching. Here's your judgment. Here's your reckoning. I'll write your story down. Enter history. Pride and country. You could have everything. So bring home the glory alive. Go and rise for your nation. There's so much at stake. Will you show up? Oh, it's about damn time for a little salvation. Those flags you wave represent them. The world is watching. Here's your judgment. Here's your reckoning. I'll write your story down. Enter history.
All right, and we are back here in the KDL for PGP versus World Enders. I understand wholeheartedly that the top bar is really difficult to see. Curse both of these teams for choosing red team logos here, but regardless, you will be able to tell which team is which. PGS is your blue side versus World Enders is your red side, and that is located right above that bar on the bottom above the scoreboard. But welcome back, everyone. Make sure that you have your predictions locked in. Prediction time is done. We are now just waiting on, I think, reconnect here for the Senna off of Team World Enders.
Yeah, you could also tell that World Enders is their icon because you could see Aatrox in the background.
Right, you can see a faint Aatrox there, whereas
There's
for
a-
PGS, it's just what is going on, right? Like,
it's some bars. It looks a little funky, but it's all right. It's homey.
can we do a
If
prediction?
you get
on the
real
number of
close to the
disconnects?
screen, you can see the G.
Right, you have to zoom in really, really closely. Who in chat says, can we do a prediction of the number of disconnects? You know what? I would personally say about 20. I think that first game we had about like 9 or so. It was really difficult period for me and Wuri because we would talk and then it's like, oh, we're hit with another disconnect, you know. Talking, oh, we're hit with another disconnect. I'm just gonna see what is up with the game here so far.
Are they saying anything in chat about the game?
Not that I can tell, no.
Nope. Someone's pretending to be a car.
There we go. It was Kelly who was behind the entire charade here. There we go, and we are back here. Nautilus pinging down on that pixel towards that bot river. I don't know if World Enders are going to fully commit here for an early invade. They definitely have the potential to, but at the same time, if you know, you have enough of your team clumped together, one dismount off of that rel is all that you need just in order to immaculate so much damage on top of that team. Shout out to
Yeah,
Stu
for sure.
keeping me on my edge.
Especially if she starts W. I think a lot of rels recently, at least when I've been going bot lane, will start their E so that they can get a really quick engage level 2 because the E is already primed and then just Wing in gives you the instant stun right after. But we'll have to see. I mean, I think Rel has the ability to go any of her abilities level 1 in lane. It's just whether or not you really want to pressure early. I'd say probably level 1 with Zaya, since you don't have the Blade Caller yet. You probably wouldn't be able to engage that hard level 1, so I assume she either starts Q or E.
I would assume just because of the poke for that Senna that she probably will be starting that Q. And typical starts out of both sides here. Evelyn obviously starting that blue buff, going to be completely clearing out the blue side, those single target camps, and then we'll be moving on towards that buff.
Yeah, both teams just normal clears. Blue, red side going blue to Gromp, blue side going red to Krugs. Both trying to get level 3 off of first 3 camps. It'll be a little longer of a clear, so this top lane will really have more time to duke it out. As you can see here, the Jack's hitting level 2 a little early, gets a pretty good trade into the Poppy.
Yeah, it does look like Nautilus wants to get things started, though. Does get that passive auto attack, but the Senate will not be able to tag with that W. Just a quick little fact here. In terms of the Gragas and the Syndra matchup, out of 4,400 games where Gragas is versing this Syndra, it is about a 51% win rate towards the Gragas. So for the most part, it can go either way, and it's more so a skill matchup than anything. I definitely think that, you know, if you are the Gragas, you kind of need to play back a little bit more than you would, especially knowing the playstyle of this World Enders team and what they're capable, especially through the mid lane. And seeing how, you know, unless Evelyn is going to be hard sitting top set, I don't really think that she's going to, she's going to have a lot of agency towards the bot lane. So I fully expect her to try to get a lot of potential, a lot of picks here in the mid lane. So you know, the QE, the scatter of the week, it's just a complete setup there for the Evelyn, who is going to be trying to get as much presence on the map as she can before 6.
Yeah, it's going to be, especially with this mid lane matchup, it's really going to come down to whether or not Syndra can scatter the weak. These Gragas engages almost akin to a LeBlanc Syndra matchup, which is usually what many people tout as one of the more skill expression matchups in the mid lane. Both junglers, though, going for different scuttles. Both of neither of them actually hit level 4, though. Kha'Zix hasn't done his blue yet, and Evelyn not going for Krugs, actually going all the way bot, knowing that she doesn't have as much pressure top lane and that the Kha'Zix would be able to be there and fight her, is pretty smart. We're going to have to see where she's pathing, though. With Evelyn, you really just want to get level 6 as fast as you can.
Right.
So she could have went for the Krugs, but it seems like she's going to go for a quick recall, maybe buy boots, get back in the jungle, and probably go for a full clear again.
Yeah, she is going to be picking up that Dark Seal, so kind of expecting a lot of pressure, especially towards the top side. Sorry, not top side. Apologies. I know I said top earlier, but probably towards the bottom where a stun is almost guaranteed with how much utility that Nautilus does have, coupled with a Senna W, obviously, as well. And especially towards the mid lane, you know, the World Ender's key playstyle here. But we're just going to see, you know, that level 6 rush before anything actually happens because, as you said, you know, you want that veil of stealth. You want to not be seen on the map because in order to get the charm and the Q, it's just incredibly difficult to set up when you are completely visible. It allows your opponents to be able to escape, to disengage, or even re-engage if they do have the number advantage.
Yep. Oh, and she's actually coming for a gank mid. The W goes down.
Ooh. Yeah, the flash is not going to save him.
That's first blood for the Evelyn. Really good gank there. I guess the Gragas just wasn't expecting that gank timing, especially not seeing the prediction. But the Poppy almost killing the Jax here. He's flashing for it. He flashes away as well. Flashes burn top lane, but the Poppy's got pressure, and the minion wave is now pushing into her turret. This is looking pretty rough right now for the Jax. He's up 12. He's up 14 CS, so it's not as bad. He's gonna have to use his TP to get back to this wave and then try to push it in.
Right.
So if the Evelyn has like an ample opportunity where she could come and gank this lane with a flashless Jax and a Poppy being able to cancel his Q.
It does look like Kha'Zix is here in the bot lane. We have already seen that flash away from the Nautilus. No flash for that Rel there, but they do get 2 flashes out of the bot lane, so that is completely worth for them. 1 HP! Holy smokes! The Poppy and the Jax actually do get in a little bit of a scuffle there in the top side. It does ultimately go Jax's way, but you know, we do have the Evelyn there just need be. She does not have flash available, neither does Jax, but he still does have his Q available, and he has a ward if he does need to ward hop.
Yeah, tough timing right there for the Poppy. If she was able to hold off for just a little longer, that Jax would be dead. But a pretty unlucky timing there. But we're going to have to see about this bot lane now with both the flashes down. If they come for a re-gank, Rel just having so much gank assist, it's going to be really hard for them to sit down here, especially in the middle of the lane. And this is exactly what Guardian Sphinx wanted to happen. They want to have pressure in both of these lanes so that the Kha'Zix can run chaos in the jungle, be able to roam all around the map. And that's exactly what's happening right now with both lanes having a pretty good CS advantage.
Poppy is actually securing that top side scuttle there, while Evelyn does path towards bot side, clearing out her blue first. There is vision, though, on that brush there entering the river, so I think any type of initiation here from the World Enders, especially coupled with the Evelyn, would be difficult here. Gragas is able to move on top of the Evelyn, but we are watching a little bit of a fight here. Evelyn might actually catch out this Gragas. She does have the 6 available. Cinder is collapsing here. Scatter the Weak will knock him back. There is no flash available for him. The Evelyn ult will be used, but it ultimately will go to that Syndra there.
That was a good gank. That's exactly what they need to do. They need to play around this Syndra and this Evelyn, get clean kills on the... As the Poppy is going in for this kill,
wow.
She's going to solo kill him. Ooh, he gets away with a little smidgen of HP. This Poppy just not able to finish off these Jax kills.
I think instantly TPing back prior to that, where we did see the Jax actually go down to that Poppy. I think that really, or sorry, apologies, where we did see Jax live with about 1 HP in their first ever skirmish. I think that really forced him, you know, in kind of a dire situation. As we do see the Kazakhs go forward with his own ultimate. Poppy has tagged him. He does have one more cast of his ultimate, but he does not want to dive. No intention of diving, so Poppy will survive. But going to my point earlier there, we saw, oh, actually, cancels the back here with the W. Gragas is here topside, so they definitely could get this. The cast goes out, and they are able to get it. The Sentinel is coming a little bit too late there. Evelyn is there, ready to re-engage with the Cinder, who is on the way. But with Gragas coming out of this healthy and, you know, walking with that Kazakhs as well on vision, they really don't want to go back into this. See, this is very dangerous.
This is very bad for the Poppy right now, too.
Right.
The Jax looks like he's trying to freeze the wave top. The best they can do right now is shove mid, try to get some of these turret plates. But right now, this Jax look like he's starting to initiate a freeze, which is going to be really tough for this Poppy to get CS now. Which is exactly what they want for this Jax to be able to take control of this game.
Right, with TP down and knowing that the Kazakhs has a looming presence over topside, there is no way to break that freeze naturally right now. So she will have to wait it out a little while. But, you know, meanwhile in the bot lane, the rest of the team is able to collapse on top of their dragon, and they are able to secure that first mountain dragon of the game. This potentially could be Infernal Dragon, seeing as we do have a cloud up next, or it could be an ocean. Both of which really spell, you know, prosperity towards this World Enders team. I really think that you can do no wrong with either of those souls.
Yeah, it's really good that they were able to answer on the other side of the map. Especially that Poppy's able to really kind of, for right now, bully this Jax and shove in the wave. She was able to at least break the freeze. We have Evelyn down bot trying to clear a pink ward, but not able to do so just yet. Maybe Nautilus coming in? Doesn't look like it. They're a little worried about Kazakhs being there, so they're going to back off.
Jax is topside with about 40 HP. Scattered the weak in the mid lane. Evelyn is here. Nice little interruption there for the Gragas. Either flash away, but with the ultimate being casted down upon you, you are not going to be able to run yourself out of that one. And he will go down for a third time in this game. Rel looking to initiate right on top of the Nautilus. Perfectly cancels out that hook there from the Nautilus. Nautilus forced to use his dredge line there, or sorry, apologies, the ultimate there on top of the Xayah just to disengage this fight, and he ultimately will survive as well.
Oh, the Kazakhs is coming in mid. Getting the Qs, getting in on the Syndra. Let's see if he's able to finish off this kill. Doesn't look like he's going to get it. Evelyn being here for the Syndra. Evelyn right now being a level up as she flashes in. Flash is traded by the junglers. Honestly, probably better for the Evelyn since she has her ultimate. It's a little harder to do stuff as Kazakhs without your flash, whereas with Evelyn, with your ult and your invisibility, you're able to get so much more done in a solo kill top lane. This Poppy has been working this Jax. Nice scatter of the weak there by Syndra. We might be able to get this Rel kill. Dawning Shadow coming out. Oh, the bind just misses, but the Dark Sphere is going to clean up the kill. Syndra going in for the dive by herself, but it doesn't seem like the rest of the team was on that call. That was a good TP. That was an all-around really good play by World Enders. Being able to get kills top and bot. Sort of punishing the aggression of Sphinx.
The faithful in chat who have voted and predicted for World Enders are probably rejoicing right about now, but they still have a lot more left in the game here. The E will not be able to get that. Gragas up, the cast is all that you need there to just delete that Evelyn. Holy smokes, we just blinked and Evelyn just disappeared instantly as well there. They did use the Rift Herald, as you said, to get at least those 2 plates. It is now hanging on a thread there with 1 plate and about 1/4 of a plate there left, but Jax freely able just to stomp out 2 plates for himself here. Poppy looking to re-engage, not able to get that E knockback at all, but she will be able to sack this wave instead.
Yeah, it's really punishing that Evelyn's aggression right there. Let's see if Poppy's able to stop this back. She's able to stop the back. Jax goes in, probably not going to be able to deal enough damage. Poppy misses the stun, able to get her shield though. She's definitely winning this trade. This Jax has got to be a little careful. He's probably not going to be able to fight this Poppy, at least until he gets the black for the Blade of the Rune King. So we're gonna have to see and wait then if he's able to do something, but it looks like something's happening bot lane. Evelyn coming in, probably with a charm on Rel. Depth charge comes out. This Rel is not long for this world as the Magnet Storm comes out. The Evelyn secures the kill with her ultimate. Scout of the Weak is cleansed, but it does not matter. Ooh, she flashes out, gets away with a pixel of HP.
Wow, actually lived with about 50 HP there.
That was a close one. That was definitely a close one. But once again, you know, being able to punish the aggression from the Rel, just not really able to do anything bot with the Evelyn here all the time. Jax dropping the Grandmaster's Might as he goes for this fight. Poppy using her ult. It looks like it's a disengage for right now, but this Jax has to be careful. This Poppy can very easily stun him into a Q, and he would just be dead. Especially with the flash up.
We do have a Cloud Dragon spawning here in about 20 seconds. Apologies, World Enders were able to get, a nice little position seated for themselves here, but at the same time, PGS rather, were able to get that full back there, so they are coming into this next Dragon Dance with a lot more than World Enders, but World Enders do have that Senna on the Power Spike Kraken, so it's going to be a really, really big toss-up, and it's going to be a means of now just protecting that Senna. And the cast actually throws that Syndra into the open arms of the Kha'Zix 1Q, and she is deleted off of the map as well there. Kha'Zix actually
good shutdown
again
again on the Kha'Zix.
Right.
Good shutdown again on the Kha'Zix right there off that Syndra. Good explosive cask. It looked like he was throwing her away, but it was actually just to the Kha'Zix. Isolating her from the minion wave also. So pretty good job right there. But this bot lane is going really well right now for the side of World Enders. You would expect that the Rel'Zai would have a little more pressure, but with the ganks and the TPs, they haven't really been able to get it done. They are up a little gold still on the side of Sphinx, but I mean, it's sort of where you expect the lane to be, and if not, it's going slightly better than what you expected to begin with. As Poppy has to flash out of that gank top, she's going to have to recall, so Jax might be able to get that turret in the time, but it looks like she canceled it.
Right, knowing that Kha'Zix is topside, World Enders can definitely force this Cloud Dragon as they did previously force that mountain. Now it's just a means of killing this Poppy here. Poppy actually pushing that Jax out. The Sun ultimate will come out, will save her for just a little bit. Jax teetering between life and death with about 200 HP right there. It does look like Kha'Zix and Jax are actually backing up, so they don't want to commit more than they already have for this time.
Yeah, that's definitely a little bit of a spooky dive to go up against Poppy, with her W being up, and good on World Enders to be able to get the dragon as a result of that top lane dive. The Senna ult coming in, being able to make sure that she stays safe under a turret, but that dive just doesn't seem like it would really work against the Poppy, especially when both champions just have to jump on top of her to make it work. No, but we're going back here for another top lane fight. Poppy throws the buckler.
I fully expect Poppy to have within like the top 3 most damage on her team at this point. It's just constant skirmishes towards this top side of the map.
Oh yeah, they have just been duking it out, the two of them. Every time they see each other, they're just smacking into each other, which, I mean, in all regards is good for Poppy. She's got Grasp of the Undying. She's at least going to be able to get some max health from these trades. And she's only 1 and 2. The real struggle is that she's down 40 CS, which is going to be a little hard. It's going to mean that Jax is up a little bit of gold, but she's holding her own, especially in these skirmishes with him and the Kha'Zix.
Right, and there was a lot of talk coming into this game with PGS saying, you know what, Tarum is what made that team. And it seems like they are trying to, you know, change that narrative, especially with this current role swap here. Jax could actually just take this tower without having to worry about the Evelynn, but Poppy is on the way, does get that tower, so that is 2 towers to none for PGS compared to World Enders. Poppy actually going forward with that W will not get that Q, but Gragas is here. He does have the cast available if they do want to re-engage this.
And it looks like there might be a dive bot lane with the Kha'Zix coming in as well. Maybe just support as they're trying to get this turret. Looks like they're trying to get as much damage on this turret, hopefully take it out. But, you know, they got to be a little careful on the side of World Enders. They haven't seen the Kha'Zix in a while. So he might be bot lane. Which is exactly where he is. They got to be a little careful. It looks like they're just going to let Sphinx clear the wave, push it into turret. As hopefully the Evelynn and the Syndra is doing stuff top lane while all this jungle pressure is still bot.
Yeah, and it does look like they are going to be forcing this in the bot lane here. TP coming out for the Poppy, for the Syndra there on a 1 HP tower. They are able to delete that tower, so Syndra is not able to re-engage this fight. Now this with the flash forward, looking to nail down upon that Kha'Zix, but will instead CC that Xayah. CC the Xayah is what he will do, but die is also what he will do here. Poppy on the disengage here. Has the ultimate, will score a goal in the middle there. No one dead on the side of PGS. That is a clean 3-0 there. But at the same time, Evelynn was able to pick up that Herald and is looking to immediately punish towards this top side here with potentially a hard push.
Really good dive there by the side of Sphinx. Being able to ham that turret that only the Poppy TP came out was very important. That Syndra definitely would have been able to kill some of those low HP bars, possibly the Rel. But with the turret dying and all 5 being down there, they almost had no chance of actually getting any kills.
It seems like whoever's in your background is really like hyped that PGS just got that 3-0.
It is a very big deal in this household.
Right.
We love dives.
They're just getting extremely hyped in the background.
And they love ward deaths and they love dives. But we're gonna have to see what keeps happening this game. You know, the side of Sphinx being up 6k gold. It's gonna be a little harder for World Enders to be able to do anything in this game right now. But it's gonna have to come back down to this Evelynn and Syndra, this combination that sort of enlivened the early game. Being able to get picks on Gragas, hopefully in a side lane with the Syndra and Evelynn, you'd be able to get more and more picks. While the Senna and the Nautilus are able to hold down mid together. Senna not really the strongest yet until she gets that Rage Blade. So we're going to have to wait a little longer for that. And the Xayah going second item LDR, especially against the Poppy and Nautilus, is a very good buy with how much armor Pennick is. We're going to see a fight here. Evelynn ulting out. Rel getting caught by the hook, but not much else happening. Scatter of the Weak does land on the Rel, but not really a person you want to engage on. As Jax jumps in, Syndra has to flash out.
Keep your eyes on the Poppy, who is trying to re-engage here.
It looks like both sides are going to back off right now as the Dragon respawns. It's going to be a little harder for World Enders to get in here as the Rel gets in. Magnusor hopefully coming out soon, comes out, Dawning Shadow. Hits the whole team. The Rel dies. Just not really on page with the rest of their team.
No way.
2 people were in there, causing something to try and steal.
Oh!
Not able to get it.
Oh my goodness! Throughout that entire skirmish, Nautilus somehow able to secure the dragon between both junglers there. Holy smokes, 2 are dead on the side of PGS. Herald is being spawned here. They could immediately push for this Baron with 20 seconds on the Kha'Zix pick here, but I think that they just want to go for the safer pick of getting this tier 1 in the mid lane, and then Evelynn is able to get what she lost as well for her prior fight there, a blue buff to her name here. Xayah is able to answer. They get the Senna W right on top of it. Rift Herald barely sparing or giving mercy to that Xayah there. What an incredible play from World Enders on the flank. Holy smokes, what was that?
You really got to respect the Syndra damage right now. She's level 13. She's got 2 abilities maxed with her passive. They're both going to be able to do her Q dealing more damage and her E getting more width. You really got to be careful for these picks. And that almost killed that Xayah. She was very close to that Rift Herald, just completely deleting her from the map. That was a really good fight, though. It just seemed like that Project Sphinx was just not really on the same page with
Now-
the rel engage.
Now I want
The
to
rel
ask you this,
engaging on
Poseidon.
the whole team.
I want to ask you this. We've come to a point in the game where the Senna is just completely surrounded by the rest of the team. Obviously not right now since she is getting sideline XP and sideline gold, but for the most part, especially when they are setting up these team fights, World Enders have been moving as a collective. If you are Protect Guardian Sphinx, are you allocating your Jax to push out a side lane there to just kind of answer that Poppy? Or are you looking just to combine your forces as well and answer this team, movement around the map with your own kind of aggression like that? Because it seems for the most part right now that Senna is just completely holding the hand of the Nautilus and the Evelyn.
Oh, but the Jax is getting engaged on the Syndra ult coming in. He's on 1 pixel. Evelyn Flash and get the kill. It's a really good job. I mean, that's what we were talking about in the side lane. These two champions have really good synergy. The stun being able to last long enough while the Evelyn charm primes is going to be able to delete the Jax. But I mean, the Jax really has to be able to do something on these split pushes, or it's really going to be a tough game for World Enders as this Senna continues to scale. It's going to be really hard for them to engage on her at this point in the game as well, with so many beefy bodies in front of her. Right now, it looks like it's either got to be a Hail Mary Gragas engage or a really good rel ultimate onto the Senna with everybody following up, or else this just looks pretty grim, especially with World Enders having 3 dragons at this point. Any misstep right now from the side of Protect Guardian Sphinx could really lead to the soul, especially with the dragon spawning in 2 minutes.
Right. I definitely think that the dragon fight is going to be kind of a situation where it's a make it or break it. You definitely need to have enough pressure there so you don't forcibly have these awkward dragon dances where World Enders are able to set up as they kind of have shown, especially with that Poppy coming in and just completely zoning off the Kazakhs, using her ultimate just to completely get him out of the fight and forcibly making him go over the pit in an unfavorable position. But looking towards that Infernal Soul here for World Enders, their comp just completely could use it, right? You have the Evelyn, who already is doing massive amounts of the AoE and single target damage, and then you look forward to the Syndra, who for the most part is one-shotting this Kazakhs and the Xayah respectively at this point in the game, right? We still have not seen a Xayah death yet, so props to Toma for playing this Xayah safely as he has, but I definitely think that could change here in this upcoming fight, as you said, in about a minute.
Yeah, as both teams try to set up vision around it. Nautilus here with Evelyn trying to get some wards around the Dragon Pit, as Syndra is just pushing out top lane. She's probably gonna have to start moving down pretty soon, or or maybe they're just gonna wait for her TP. We're gonna have to wait and see.
Scuttle will go over to the side of PGS, so they do have a little bit of vision for the most part. They are starting to set up vision, though, because they do know that, Syndra is on this flank and is not able to join the rest of her team. Jax is on the way, though. He will answer a wave here that is crashing into the tier 2. There's 15 seconds for this dragon. He will surely arrive late, so this might just be a call here where you need to say, you know what, Kazakhs, you have to jump over the wall here, but disregard that. Nautilus and Poppy could look for this engage here on the Gragas, who already is about 60%. The ultimate from that Nautilus will be tagging upon the Kazakhs. Kazakhs is the primary target. Their Senna ultimate will be casted onto 2, and they finally get the Kazakhs pick, but look at the Xayah, who is free hitting. The blast code will take her out of the fight. For now, the Evelyn ult will eliminate this rel, and the Jax will eliminate the Poppy in the meantime as well. Xayah ultimate! Huge! It's going to be able to collapse on top of that Nautilus there. The Jax and the Gragas and the Xayah are all that remain for PGS. Whereas you look at World Enders, they are on the retreat. They have their jungler up with Smite, yes, but they lack the numbers. Toma coming in clutch when you need him the most. They have so much pressure right now. Is Evelyn going to be able to make this steal here? She is being spotted on repeated pink wards. I think for the main sake of this game, you just call it off. You let them have this one Infernal. You try to shove in either your top tower or your mid tower, and that looks exactly like what they are trying to do here. What an incredible turnaround from a very dire and a very initially lost looking at least, fight from PGS. Complete turnaround, a 180 that puts World Enders on their heels.
Yeah, Toma really doing a good job on that Zaya, saving his Featherstorm for a very long time. I thought he used it earlier in the fight when the Poppy was going in, but he's able to use it to stop that unleashed power from killing him, especially after it murdered his Kha'Zix. So, I mean, really good on him, just a really good punish for their aggression, especially when they were going in with such low health bars after getting poked out. So the Jax engages on the Poppy, and now he's just, see, now we've gotten to the point in the game. Jax is level 16. He's got his 2 items. It's very hard for Poppy to win this matchup with having no damage and just relying almost on Immolate passive and the Thorn Mail for the damage to the Jax. But now he's got a commanding lead in this side lane. They desperately needed that Infernal Soul for her to be able to combat him there. That was just very good, well played by Toma.
Right.
Really saving the game in that last team fight. If he went down, it was looking a little rough for them because that fight was looking good. But now we got the Baron up. We're going to see them set up around it, clear waves, and we're going to have to see if they're going to fight for this Baron or if they're just going to wait for the next dragon.
They devoted so many resources, so much utility trying to kill the Kha'Zix, and then they forgot that they had that secondary target, if not the main target at this point, of that Zaya, who was able just to eliminate the complete squad there. Nice. Senna ultimate will be used, but I don't think it was very much needed there. Evelyn is here to assist, but Evelyn going down quicker than that Poppy. The execution style ult will be able to take down that Jax in just the nick of time, but what a complete play. They know that the Evelyn is bottom side. They are pathing towards the Baron, but they don't want to risk a total 50-50. They have the Gragas split pushing in the top lane right now. Nautilus is on the way. Scatter the Weak will catch out on top of that Gragas. He is going to be proto-belting into the wall and will get hooked with that Dredge line, but the Q from the Evelyn is just going to instantly delete him as well. Just gimme. She is 6-1 at this point. Finally, World Enders do get their first tower of the game, and that is going to be in the mid lane. But, you know, I think you're going to need a lot more than that to overcome this 4k gold deficit right now. Poppy is successfully splitting on the side, though. There is no Sheen, so obviously this is going to take a little bit longer than she had hoped. But I think it's fair to say right now that the World Enders are playing primarily for this next dragon, right? They kind of fumbled it in that last fight. We did see PR on this Evelyn just kind of say, nope, you know what? I don't want to give my life up. But at the same time, going towards kind of Rave's comment in chat, I definitely think that it would have been more beneficial, more valuable. Even if you do die, at least you make the play there. You're the one with the smite. You're the one with you know, that passive stealth. Sure, there were pink wards spotting you as well, but between the time from them catching up to you and you deleting those pink wards, I think that there definitely was an opportunity there for the steal. But World Enders trying to play this as safe, playing with their emotions intact and not looking to give up on, you know, this 3-dragon lead, or at least at this point, this 2-dragon lead, apologies, right now to PGS.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely gone for the steal. I think what their team was primarily worried about was because that fight lasted so long. By the time they finished that dragon, if Evelyn dies, they could very easily go and get the Baron with the Evelyn dead. So, I mean, you die for the Infernal Soul, but lose the Baron. It's a tough call to make. I mean, especially when it's not do or die. It's not really their sole point. You know, it might not be exactly worth it. But the plays right after that were very good, being able to pick off both split pushers. They kind of just need to do that and stall out this game. Hopefully be able to get here for this next dragon. Senna's on 3 items and Zaya is also on 3 items. Right now I'd probably say the Senna could output more damage, especially on the Gragas and the Rel. But we'll have to see if Toma can pull off another miracle here at this next dragon, because once again, they really need to win this fight. That's really the hard part when you give up 3 dragons, that you have to win every dragon fight after that, or else you give up the soul. Right. So we have to see them play almost perfectly if they want to be able to get this.
Now TPs are available for the mid laner and the top laner of World Enders, and also for the Jax on PGS's side, but the instant TP along with that movement speed there from the base is going to be given to that Syndra. She might actually get caught out here. She will get tagged by that Kha'Zix's W. She is stacking her Qs there. The Rel dismounts, not able to get any pick there. They do Protobelt forward. The ultimate from that Nautilus is going to be casted right on top of the Xayah, but she will survive here. She is the primary target of that Poppy. But look here at the Senna. Senna, unfortunately, just not going to be able to auto-attack her, get a Q off there. That is a double kill now for this Gragas. The flash over for the wall. That is going to be a double kill for the Jax at the same time. Syndra is the only member of World Enders that is alive currently on this map, and Jax is looking to put his aggression, to put his pressure in this bot lane right now. They do get their second Infernal Dragon, and I think at this point, sirens are going off for you if you are the World Enders. Now, it does look like PGS is making their way to this potential Baron here. Gragas is holding the Syndra in the mid lane. Evelyn is up in about 13 seconds at this point, but it might be too late, you know, with all of this pressure that is exuding onto you, especially from that Gragas. The flash toward the cask! He doesn't even care. He doesn't even give you the respect of an eye-to-eye relationship. Just deletes you off of the rift there, and they're able to get a full 5-man Baron there. Holy smokes, what an incredible sequence of events. PGS is clawing their way back into this game. They're trying to delete the Gragas now. Worldlanders do have that Nautilus. Holy smokes, the sidestep will avoid that dredge line there. The W from that Senna going to be casted upon that Kha'Zix, but remember that is a Jax on the side lane that is especially strong as well, so you kind of need to pick your poison. Kha'Zix is over, and he will try to delete the Senna. Holy smokes, I blinked. Where did she go there? Evelyn looking to re-engage this as well. She will cast her ultimate there. The magnetic ultimate from the Rel is going to be holding this Poppy into her death there. With with 3 members of World Enders dead, and with everyone on PGS pushing into your base, this surely looks to be the final push at the game, but PGS might want to back here, might want to go for some more dragons. They already have 2 inhibitors to none there. What an incredible sequence of events there, as World Enders are stuck on cleaning base duty.
Yep. The last 4 minutes of this game have seen this gold lead blossom to over 10,000. It's just World Enders not really playing together, you know, not really being there for the Senna getting picked by the Kha'Zix and the Jax. Poppy more trying to frontline, trying to fight instead of peeling for her Senna is really costing them. And then also the Syndra dying in that mid lane fight, not really being there for the team as both inhibs go down, is really tough. But I mean, they can still do it if they play these fights well. It's not even so much as playing the fights well, it's so much as just making sure that the Senna can get her damage off at this point. Making sure that she doesn't get one shot by Kha'Zix like this.
Oh, unfortunately, he has actually gotten caught out from that dredge line. They will use the Nautilus ult upon him, but the Q from the Syndra is not going to be enough damage to fully close him off there. He will survive with just about 100 HP, but he does have that Baron empowered back, so he is able to just get out and come back immediately here. There are 5 members strong of World Enders as they look on to defend their base from the onslaught of a triple inhib open Baron empowered minions. Now, you know, there's not much you can do at this point except kind of slowly bleed out. They really need an amazing engage here, and Rel and Jax, they're just putting their sights right on top of this right Nexus tower. They get the right Nexus tower, the left Nexus tower just living with about 20%. Make that 0% now. Nexus is completely open for the World Enders. Poppy is charging her hammer. She will get Rel and, apologies, the Jax out of this fight, but she herself will unfortunately go down there. That is Jinso on a killing spree. Insta cleanse out of that dredge line. They get the Nautilus back there. Where are you going? That's a double kill exhaust being spent on top of that Syndra. The ultimate from that Xayah. That is just deletion there, and PGS somehow made their way back into this game.
Really well played by them. They took advantage of the sort of wishy-washy play from World Enders there, not really playing together there at the end, and really were able to bring it home. You know, we saw numerous times they just didn't seem like they were on the same page, but really good on the Kha'Zix and the Gragas being able to find these openings. The Jax as well, you know, all 3 of them being able to get in there. Toma playing really well, making sure that the team didn't have to deal with that Infernal Soul. Everybody on the team playing pretty well overall. Doesn't seem like they're missing Tarim at all.
Right, and I was just about to comment on that as well. it really doesn't seem like this PGS squad has skipped a beat since we formerly saw them as the boys. They're still playing towards their high standards, and I definitely think that having this game gives them a lot of momentum, especially against the former fourth place team of the KDL Season 3, World Enders. We are going to be starting off our interviews as always with the losers of today's match, which are going to be the World Enders. So just give us a quick second as we try to drag them in here. It does look like there are 2 World Enders willing to talk to us, so we will immediately get on to the interviews.
Oi.
All right, we are talking with the World Enders, who unfortunately have lost today's game and their Season 4 debut. I want to ask you first, Issy, coming into this game, was there any doubt that that the PGS squad would perform as strongly as they have previously done under different team names?
No, we were always expecting them to perform well. We just we're trying to perform better, I guess.
Right. And I want to ask you, especially because I think that you and Ugu here are, the primary drafters, along with the rest of the team, obviously, but I think that you guys have more of an influential voice when it comes to the draft. Were you expecting to get PR's coveted Evelyn? This is a champion that majority of teams have banned against you guys, but PGS actually giving you that opportunity to showcase it today.
Well, we didn't expect to get it, but we already had a plan for what we would do if we got it. So that was the plan. We would pick maybe Senna or something safe but also strong, and at least 1 or 2 tanks, and then a mid lane carry. But I think they did well in the sense that they gave us the Evelyn because they knew we would want it. We would pick it instantly because they had a plan against it. They already knew what to do if that happened, and I think they executed it well.
All right. I want to ask you, Ugu, now moving on towards the top side of the map here. You picked that Poppy early, not knowing the rest of the draft here, as they kind of later picked the Jax, the Kazakhs, and then finally that, apologies, I think it was the Gregas later on that third B3. I want to ask you, were you fully expecting, so much initiation, so much engaged that would get hard stopped by your W on this Poppy pick, or were you primarily looking just to shut down whoever was in your lane from mobility or just moving around the map as is?
I think they already showed the Kazakhs and the Gragas, so I was like, okay, they have 2 people that want to go in. I could probably face the Gragas top lane, so that was the initial thought. And then they also picked Rel and Jags, so that was like a good pick from our side, though I played it bad, so yeah, that's it.
And then final question, going over to Issy. Issy, you take over team captain duty this season, whereas on other seasons you really haven't been, the main team captain, but again, you still have had a huge vocal voice on your team. Coming into this season as team captain, do you think that you guys have shown everything that you guys can give, or do you guys think that there is a lot more to your team that we have still yet to see, even carrying forward from season 3? What was your team name? Bobaz? Yeah, Bobaz.
Bobaz. I think that we've not shown at all what we can do. Last season we lost the first 2 games, and then we kind of ramped up a little bit. I think we were 2-4 at one point, and then we still ended up going past the play-ins or the round robin, and then we got further into the tournament. So I think it's always a chance for us to improve from the game we just played. Honestly, like for me personally, I don't look at this game as that much of a defeat, as in it's something we can learn from to play the next games. Like we played it fine to early, and then we just got too greedy. I think we just need to work on our communication more, because we weren't on the same page a lot when it came to longer fights, and yeah.
And then I know I already said final question here, but just a simple yes or no here. Do you think your team is better off without the wrist?
Yes.
I'd have to say yes, definitely. There's no No question about it.
Ugu, that was a very
Yeah, I
definitive
mean-
yes.
Must be maple syrup because butter don't drizzle like that.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you guys very much
Sure,
for
bro.
deciding. Do you have any other questions for them?
No, I'm really looking forward to seeing how you guys improve with the rest of the season, and good luck with the rest of your guys' games.
Alright, can I ask for one thing though?
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Krim, I need a prayer for you the next game.
I'll do one on stream there for you. Hopefully we don't
Alright,
get
fine.
taken off in
Now
our
we won.
race. All
Alright.
right. Well, thank you
Nice.
guys very much, and good luck to your further game tomorrow.
Alright, thank you.
All right, and then we will immediately be moving on to the winners of today's match, Protect Guardian Sphinx. Apologies for saying your name so oddly throughout this entire cast. It's a really
Yeah, I
big
definitely
tongue
messed it
twister.
up at least once or twice. I definitely said Phoenix at the beginning. Yeah, it's tough.
To be fair, I was calling them PGP because I thought it was like Sphinx as in like PHINX or for whatever reason, but yeah, we will be trying to move you guys as soon as possible here. You guys are so down there. All right. Dragging everyone takes a little bit of time. All right there. Welcome. We are speaking with PGS, the winners of today's match and their debut game into the Season 4 KDL tournament. I want to ask you guys, how are you guys feeling after that definitive win? It looked very sketchy at the start, but I guess, you know, the PayPal went through midway through the game, and you guys were able to come out with this W.
I don't think that was very definitive, but
No.
we're on the verge of breaking down.
I mean, I was.
Kelly was gonna cry, not gonna lie, but anyways. Yeah, our early game didn't really go well, but once we started farming and just like waited for late game, we started winning, so that's when it started looking good for us.
Kelly, I hope you realize that the term questions are going to be popping up here. Moving from Tarum now to substituting for Henry. Obviously, we didn't see Henry's AD today, but having Henry kind of fill that void that Tarum did leave. What are your thoughts on the differences between both players, and do you think that there's a drastic difference now in terms of your team synergy? Do you guys think that you guys still can qualify for that top position?
I didn't even play with Henry. What the fuck? Well, actually, okay, no, but like, honestly speaking, I played with Henry season 1 and season 2. This is my 3rd season playing with Henry as ADC coming future, so it's not different to me because I already played with him so much already. So I don't think it's that much different. And my team, since we played together already last season, and since they played together before these seasons, our synergy is actually really strong. Although sometimes we do mess up a bit, but it's okay.
Do you guys think that
also,
there's... Sorry, go ahead.
Wait, what? Oh, I just want to say I do like playing with Henry better.
Oh
my god!
Whoa!
You carry him and then you say you don't want to play with him anymore?
Guys, I just want to say Henry DM'd me. Wait, what do you mean? I can't play him!
Whoa. Apparently Term's connection is bugging out, so you want to say that again?
Thank God, dude!
You want to say that again? His connection actually bugged out. We will be using that in a promo, though. We will be using that in a promo. I just want to reiterate to our KDL viewers who did not hear Kelly, she did say that they are better off playing with Henry than Term. She said that she liked it more or something like that. I'm not quite
You heard
sure.
it here first.
Yeah, this is a KDL exclusive.
Dude, grab him right around. No, Term! It was a joke. It was a joke.
Joke.
That's what they all say.
Term.
It does look like he has started the early steps of destroying his keyboard.
Hey, no. Okay, you know what Term said? You know what Term said? Term said, I bet on the wrong team. Like, why do you not believe in us? Like, what's going on?
Well, he
Like,
wanted a
you
big
already
payout, so like there were. Yeah, I think it was like 90% voting for you guys.
It was like
No. He bet on us, and then when we were losing, he said he bet on the wrong team.
Yeah, see?
How
Like,
could
what
he
is
do
this?
that?
That's so messed up.
He doesn't
bro.
have faith in us.
I want to ask you guys, don't go into too much depth here in terms of your draft, but I want to ask you guys, what was the mentality behind completely role swapping as a collective?
Oh.
Again, don't go too into depth. Don't say anything that you don't want to say. You know, don't say. I'm trying to give you an out here. Don't say anything too far.
I get your message. Our plans is just to have fun. We're having fun So we're testing out new things. We're limit testing. You know, we're having fun.
Right.
To not go in depth too much, we wanted to be quirky.
Yeah,
And that's
yeah, we're not like the other teams. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
we're
all
unique.
actually, in fact, you've probably never seen this before.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna be so surprised.
The main reason is we didn't want just one person to suffer in top lane.
Yeah. I wanted everyone else to feel the pain.
Man, you don't suffer. You actually like top lane.
Be quiet.
Okay. Okay.
Anyways,
Poseidon, do you have anything you want to ask them?
Yeah, my only question is the thoughts behind the Jax pick. That's the only thing I was fairly interested in.
I only play carries, so
play
my
carries.
other 3 champs are Camille, Fiora, and Riven.
Exposed.
So
Okay.
please don't ban me.
Exposed.
Why would you
Exposed.
tell them?
Exposed.
All right, I'll keep that down in my notebook. Thank you.
Exposed.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the mentality behind saying that was, but
yeah, what was the point of that?
Yeah, you're so.
No, you know, like in anime, they tell them exactly what they have, and then they still win. That's me.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like if you tell someone your ability, the ability's stronger.
Exactly.
A lot.
Yeah.
It's
See,
in
I
a lot of things, you know.
No,
It's
I
just how
see
it
it.
works.
They become more afraid of it.
Except when they're all banned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you can't ban 4 champs on first rotation.
Dave, you're not wrong.
True.
He is.
That
correct.
is true.
He's got a point.
all right, Twitch chat, we're going to give you guys a minute to vote on the MVP of today's game. The format for the MVP voting is kind of off, but it's still there. Just quickly vote down your number 1 pick for the MVP. I think everyone played good, to be honest.
Who do you guys think is MVP?
Toma.
Gragas, Matt.
Yeah.
Toma!
Honestly,
I think
think
Tyler or Jax.
I think Matt did pretty well.
Yeah, my boy got camped so hard, and he was still more relevant than Arzaya.
come on,
No,
man.
wait, our Jax did more damage than Zaya too, actually.
I was farming to spike, bro.
Yeah, he was brawling with the Poppy all game. That was inflated.
She wouldn't leave
That
me
was
alone,
definitely
bro.
Inflated.
And
You guys are just no hold bards up there, brass knuckling it out the whole lane.
it does seem like we do have MVP Toma, who actually has won the award. Congratulations, Toma. Is there anything you want to say to the people who voted you or might have misclicked your name?
Misclick? I
That's right. That's right. Fuck you, Toma. What?
well, whether you misclicked or not,
Wow.
thank you very much for giving me MVP.
Wow.
All I did was farm the whole game, but
That's
thank
true.
you anyways.
You had one. You
It's
had
okay,
a
you
really
had less
big
more than
pop-off
me.
fight.
Yeah. The 4th dragon fight, I think. When
Can you
he did
remind
really
me? I can't recall actually.
Yeah,
I just remember me
It was
farming.
when they use everything on Kazakhs, and then you're right beside the blast cone. You get hit by the blast cone, and then you're
Is
just
it-
like,
My
It-
4-man knockup?
No,
I'm not quite sure.
cap,
It was
that
like
was Kelly's play.
it
That was my play, guys.
Gragas.
Come on.
I'm pretty sure it was like Gragas, Zaya, and I want to say Jack's still alive. Well, Evelyn was still alive as well. You guys actually
Dude,
did
I
not.
have a
Yeah,
4-man
yeah,
knockup.
so-
I remember this.
Oh yeah, someone on my team I think hit the blast code
I
and I went
swear.
backwards.
No, it was the Poppy, bro.
It was the Poppy.
Oh.
We can
I think
confirm
it
it was
was
the
a really
Poppy.
good
Oh, it was the poppy. Okay. Well,
You
anyways,
guys trying to blame us?
I was really angry, but
Why does someone hate
at least we
us?
won their fights.
All right. Well, I think that's it for you guys. Thank you guys so much, and good luck on your future games.
Thank you,
Thanks.
thank you.
Thank you, Dad.
Godspeed.
Poggers.
All right, we will be moving now to showcase tomorrow's games. I know chat is kind of getting rowdy, but up next, we do have World Enders versus GME Grand Midzi Enterprise. You might remember them. They were formerly known as Team Solo Midzi. They are back for Season 4, ready and geared up to go all the way to the top, baby. To the moon, some could say. And that is going to happen, I can't speak, Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Immediately after that, we have Neverwin's first game of the season, formerly known as AD Carry Go Burr, versus, I want to say, Survey Corps. And then finally, coming up at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow is going to be Survey Corps versus Full Build. It's a triple header tomorrow. It's looking like a very, very good game day for everyone.
Yeah, I'm excited for the games. We're going to see a lot of teams get their first games of the season,
Right.
and it's going to be fun.
And now, if you were to pick one of those games to watch, which game would you watch? I'm just putting you on the spot.
Ooh, putting me on the spot.
Right.
I definitely want to see that World Enders Grand Midzi Enterprise game. Seeing if World Enders can learn from this game, be able to adapt. And then, of course, to top it all off, full build versus Survey Corps. Tarim says he likes full build. Maybe that'll get in the way of him performing well in that game.
Now,
But
do you
who's
think
to
that
say?
he'll purposely throw, or?
No. I don't think he'll purposely throw, because he'd get fined. But, it's hard. It's hard. It's hard to beat up your friend.
Right.
If you're friends with somebody, and they're like, just punch me, you're like, nah, man, like, we're friends. So we don't need to do that.
Right, well said. I think that concludes the cast for today, though. If you are just joining us or just caught the tail end of it, World Enders did unfortunately go down to PGS, Protect Guardian Sphinx. So the final score would be 1-0 there for PGS. But tomorrow we do have 3 games, all starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, going into 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But for me, Poseidon, Stu, and Worry, who is not on the casting desk today, but still here in spirit, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you tomorrow. All right, have a good one, guys.
See ya.